soul. That is an incredibly important descriptor of music. Does the music have soul? So that's exactly what I'm going to examine in this video using 3 examples, and hopefully I don't get any copyright strikes for this, but I'm going to use 3 examples and I'm going to examine sort of how each of these examples plays into this whole question of soul. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is not the genre of music, nor do I mean like your heart and your soul. What I'm talking about is something that's actually quite hard to explain. What it is it's a human connection. It's a humanness to the music. It's that it's a little bit messy. It's that it's very organic. It's that, you know, all of these sort of human qualities to music, you know, that the music is actually being, you know, played by real people. And so I think a very famous example is one that's been, you know, covered widely on YouTube by, you know, actual real YouTubers unlike me, is the Velvet Sundown, which is this AI generated album. And so I'll take you know, a couple seconds of one of the tracks off there, and I'll show you what I mean.
Dust on the wind, boots on the ground, smoke in the sky, no peace found. Rivers run red, the drums roll slow. Tell me, brother, where do we go? Raise your hand.
So that music is obviously generated by machines. It's actually not played by real humans. So that's a very good example of music that has no soul. Let's throw up another example of music that has no soul. This is stock audio. Now, I think stock audio is in a very interesting case because it's music that is played by real humans. I bet it's probably, you know, increasingly AI generated, but it's, you know, mostly played by real people, and it's, you know, it's got a little bit more humanness to it, but it's just not there. So I'll show you what I mean. So you can hear in that example, it just sounds like it's just prearranged, and it's so prearranged that even if it's played by real musicians, it's just so like gridlocked, and it doesn't sound like the musicians were like even having fun making that song. It just sounds like it sounds just like they were just, ugh, I want to do this. I mean, that's honestly how it sounds to me. Contrast those 2 examples with the Shaggs. This is a very famous example of a band that is often considered the worst music ever made. So take a listen to one of these tracks.
Oh, the rich people want what the poor people got.
All right, so I hope you noticed in that example, which is widely regarded as some of the worst music ever. I personally love the Shaggs, but it's widely regarded by, you know, millions of people as the worst music ever made. That has soul to it. It's in a real space, real people. It sounds like they're listening to each other. It sounds like they're, you know, like actually, you know, playing this music in this space together. And so it actually, it's very, very different. And I hope you notice that. I hope my point's coming across, that it's not at all like those previous 2 examples. It's a much more raw, a much more, yes, I would argue, authentic type of music. So that all begs the question, how important really is this soul factor? I think it's extremely important. And in fact, I think it, defines a lot of the music that we listen to, because if it's elevator music or if it's AI generated music, even some elevator music actually is good music. I love a lot of that stuff, because it's real musicians and it sounds like they're playing together, and they may be even having fun playing the music. I hope they are. It sounded like in that Atlanta track, those people, if they were real musicians, just were having a bad time. But, it's very interesting to me, this whole question about soul, and it's something that I've been thinking about really ever since the Velvet Sundown came out, and all of that coverage on YouTube was like, oh, this is an AI generated thing. And I'm actually really interested in all of that, and I'm very interested in ways that the AI generated thing and the human thing can be used together, because I think the AI stuff isn't going to go away, and neither is the human stuff. So like, it can't be these two separate things that are competing against one another. There's got to be a way to meld the two together, and I'm sure that will come in time. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to sort of delineate what I think is a very, very important factor in a lot of music, whether or not it has soul. So, did you enjoy this video? If you did, please leave a like. Please leave a comment. New videos are released every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. If you'd like to see more like this, subscribe to this channel, share this video, share this channel with people. So with that, that wraps up this video. So I hope you enjoyed and have a great day.